Aloha and mahalo as we look at OKO Knife Counter number 8. Once again, coming from our 12 o'clock in our green zone, this is going to be an upward overhead knife slash. Whether it's the ice pick grip or regular grip, doesn't really matter in this case. So we need to get off the line of the attack. What do I mean by that? If from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock is the line of the attack, I want to get the majority of my body off the line in my first movement. My left foot is slightly forward in this case, and I'm going to step with my right foot towards 130 on the clock. Notice now, only my left foot is on the original line of the attack. The original line of the attack going from 12 to 6. I've removed the majority of my body from that line of the attack, and my upward block is there just in case. As I do so, as upward, outward, either knife hand strike or upward block, I now want to control the weapon. I'm going to rotate, bring this arm forward, almost as though I'm doing a forearm strike underneath his arm. I'm going to hook around and grab my other hand to control the weapon. As I do so, I'm going to borrow balance, borrow force for knee. As I land, while I have him agitated or disoriented, I'm going to upcock my left foot to create room. I'm going to use that lock, bring him down to the ground. Notice the wide kneel again, pinning him to the ground. I'm going to strip the weapon, strike, follow up, cross, and cover out. Once again, looking at it from the front without me talking so much. 12 o'clock comes up and overhead. Get off the line, strike and hook. Out of the way, drop him down, strip the weapon. In this case, I'm going to go to a 430 cross and cover out. This has been OKO Knife Counter number 8. Stay tuned for the concepts and principles. Mahalo as we look at OKO Knife Counter number 8. Once again, in the attack is an overhead knife from 12 o'clock. We're going to make sure that we get off the line of the attack. We don't want that knife to that rotation continues. We need to be off of what we would call line 1, 12 to 6. We do that with our first motion, stepping off the line, and then responding. We need to make sure that we modify our opponent's height, width, and depth, giving us time, especially true when dealing with knives, clubs, and guns. We need to deviate, deflect, control, and disarm the weapon in the flow of the technique. By the end of the technique, they need to be disarmed, and we need to be the one controlling the weapon. Now, when taking people down, especially in OKO Knife Counter number 8, since we are now have kneed him and are going to be taking him down, we need to use our control of his arm and the weapon to shift his weight, or as we would say, off-weight him, to allow to take him back down. If somebody is in a 50-50 weight distribution, if 50% of the weight is in the right leg, 50% is in the left leg, it's very difficult to take someone down. We need to shift weight either to the opposite leg from the leg in which we're taking down, or to the leg in which we are taking down in order to affect the corkscrew motion. So make sure that when we're taking somebody down, using our weight, maybe a slight inflection, a shift of our weight into our opponent might manipulate them in moving their weight. Now, OKO Knife Counter number 8 reintroduces the in-place stance change. So for instance, if my left foot is forward and it's going to stay stationary for this moment, my right foot is going to step up with the left foot steps back. That is what we call an in-place stance change versus a step through reverse. My left leg is slightly forward, it's going to step back, and now my right foot is the foot that's forward. The only foot that moved is the left foot. And that would be a step through reverse or a step through forward. In this particular case, we're going to replace our feet, giving us room to take the opponent down. Or, depending on the situation, you can use an up clock motion to move your leg out of the way to affect the takedown. Well, there's, once again, looking at OKO Knife Counter number 8. Lots of concepts and principles in here as we're finishing up blue belt and going on to green. Aloha, mahalo, and live pono.